All right, have and have not fans. Thanks first off to Candace for sending me this information on Facebook. Again, I just love dedicated followers of mine who, when they find stuff in regards to the show, they share with me immediately. This has to do with information on upcoming episodes. We're talking May 8th through May the 29th. So we're looking at, if I'm not mistaken, a little bit of episode summary for every episode in the month of May. You know the game. If you don't want spoilers, don't go further in the video. But to be honest, these spoilers, if you will, are brief episode synopsis of stuff that we already know. It's only one big thing that I really feel needs to be addressed as a spoiler, and that's going to be in regards to May 29th episode called The Third Quarter. So basically, it's going to show on the screen now. Information we already know up front. May 8th, in his eyes, Candace enacts her new money scheme like a boss. We know that's all about, taking the money from Jim's account, but who knows, it could be something else she has planned that we don't know about. May 15th, the right cocktail. Wyatt once again finds himself in a life-threatening situation. Again, I'm pretty sure I said this in my other episode spoiler video a couple days ago. Here we get to May 22nd, the rabbit and the water moccasin. Wyatt learns just how much trouble drugs can get you into, which is baffling to me because after everything he's done, from the hit and runs to almost overdosing, what else is there for him to learn? I mean, I really don't know what, again, Wyatt learns just how much trouble drugs can get you into. I don't know where they're going with this, but it must be one heck of a storyline, because if he hasn't learned by now all the trouble it can get you into, I don't know what to say. Now we get to May 29th, the third quarter, and listen to this. Benny wants to return the money back to the Malones, but discovers it's not that simple. I don't feel bad for Benny. I don't, because remember, after he took the money from Uncle Vinny, Benny was headed for the door. But then Mitch said, hey, are you sure you want to do this, man? Because I know you got the money in your hands, but you can go back and handle the money and just cancel the deal. But if you walk out of that door now, then there's no going back. And remember, at that moment, that's when he got the phone call from Veronica to come over to her house. He didn't want to do it, but she said it had to do with him and the being involved in the Quincy Maxwell murder. So he just pretty much dropped everything and left. If I'm not mistaken, he asked to borrow Mitch's keys so he can drive over there himself, and I believe that's what happened. So really, Mitch's warning fell on deaf ears because Veronica just popped in on the phone, and then Benny pretty much threw away his last opportunity to give the money back. So I'm going to be sad if something happens to Benny, but I don't feel bad for him because Mitch made it clear over and over again. Even, I think it was episode 1 of this season when Benny came up with the brilliant idea to borrow the money from the Malones in the first place. Mitch said I feel like every time Mitch and Benny were in the episode together, Mitch said, are you sure about this, man? You don't want to turn back? And then when they went to the hospital to visit Veronica, he pretty much, again, brought up the fact that, well, you know what? Why don't you ask her for the money? She's in love with you. That way you don't have to deal with my family. Benny refused. So at this point, Benny has gotten himself into another mishap. It seems to me that this upcoming month of episodes in May is pretty much, Candace balling with her schemes to get money. We know Veronica's going to declare herself the only queen of the kingdom. And then we have Wyatt and Benny both getting in trouble with the Malones. I mean, I really don't have much to say. I'm just as kind of quote unquote over it as a lot of you other fans are, because Wyatt not learning his lesson by now. I mean, yeah, I get it. He's an addict. He'll keep going back to it. But for him to finally realize the kind of trouble that drugs can get you into, I hope the episode does a better explanation of that statement than the summary did, because I'm blown away. So with that being said, what do you think about this new information that leaked? It looks like May is going to be an interesting month, that's for sure. If you have any other kind of cast interviews or other articles or episode information that you find, feel free to send it my way on Twitter, Facebook, or in the comment section below. As always, in the description of my videos, I have links to all of my social media, whether it be Twitter, Instagram, my Have and Have Not Facebook page and Facebook group. So as always, thanks so much for tuning in. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And hey, It's April 17th when I'm recording this, meaning that in what, 3 weeks from today, the show's going to be back on. Let me check the calendar. Wow. Yeah, the show's going to be back on before you know it. Excuse me, 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today, the show will be back on the air. So guys, we don't have that much longer to wait, and I will talk to you soon.